This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Michael R says Big O is stubborn. What will happen if Flo goes 10-7? Michael, yeah, I'm stubborn. There's no doubt about it. And while Ryan Tannehill was putting up great numbers the last 2 years, I wasn't buying it either. You get my drift, my brother? Sometimes things aren't what they seem. So the 10-7 could have been a lot better if he actually would have played the right defense. If he would have played Tua instead of sticking with Brissett. You know, these are things that it falls on him. 7 straight games. First of all, you got to go 10-7. But even if you don't, you go 9-7 or 8-9, let's say. Well, that 7-game losing streak is what cost you. You understand that, right? The fact that you can't fix the offensive line has cost you because you don't have a good offensive line coach. You get that, right? Or you're just going to overlook. You know what it is? I have just figured it out now. I just figured it out. Some of you Dolphin fans, you're so used to coming up short. You're so used to having like one guy, half a team. Well, you know, if you fire him, then the defense is gone. He doesn't mention anything about the offense. So it's a thing, you know, I talked about this years ago, that the Dolphin, there's a portion of the Dolphin that has been beaten down with so much bad football that they've lowered their standards on what's acceptable. And so you're crediting somebody that, let's say, they took advantage of the easy part of the schedule. They figured out what defense they had to play, which they didn't need to figure it out. They just had to continue what they were doing from the prior 2 years. And you're supposed to look at it like, even if they go 10-7 and miss the playoffs, well, you're supposed to sit there and go, you dumbasses, why didn't you do this earlier? You would have been in the playoffs. And that's what makes it a bad coaching move. But there are some of you out there that you're so insecure already at this point that you'll settle for whatever's there. And even if it's mediocre, you'll accept it. It's weird. It's weird how some of you out there have lowered your standards. And sometimes I think that it comes from a younger generation. Because the older generation that lived through Don Shula, I don't know how they would find anything like this acceptable.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.